What's up, guys? So today, not as eventful as I thought it was going to be. I was supposed to receive the saltwater commercial rack system, or systems, because I ordered two of them today, but that doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to putt around. I got to still work on the water storage tanks. Putting some more paint on those, as well as the plumbing aspect of it. If I can get water running today, I'll be pretty happy with that. And something else I want to work on too is the lighting for at least the first two frag systems, because I would like to have the frag systems ready for water by Friday. And if I keep plugging along and doing well with that, I think we'll be all right. Made some headway with that as far as, figuring out the light rail system and the lighting, how I'm going to go about doing that. One problem I have found is that the old Gen 4s that I used on the 220-gallon aquarium, I didn't keep the screws, or at least I kept the screws separate from the hanging kits. Wasn't very smart. I hope that I can either find them at home. There's one place where I could check out and see if that's where they are. I think they may be next to where the lights are, because they are definitely not where the hanging racks or the hanging kit was. It would have been really smart if I just would have put them back in the light. That would have been the best thing I could have done. But I did have one on my backup Gen 4s. I had one redundancy, huge thing, that was brand new, which half the hanging kit was missing. But yeah, I'm going to work on these lights. I'm going to work on putting in the plumbing for the water storage tanks. If I can start filling up water today, I'll be pretty happy. See? Alright, so we're all glued up. I did my primer and then glue. The piece that's going into the bulkhead is threaded, and then the pieces going into the gate valve are threaded as well. So in the event that something isn't right in here, it's not watertight for whatever reason, I'm still able to save the bulkhead as well as the gate valve. I ended up cutting it as short as I possibly could as far as the piping that I have in between them. It's not that thin. That was a miscut. But I wanted to keep it as short as possible because I didn't really want to extend too far out here. Because what I envision happening with this is it's almost like the tail hitch to a truck. People are going to be walking into that, knocking their shins or their knees off it. And this is with the tank pushed up completely all the way to the back of this stand and up against the wall. So literally hardly any PVC pipe in between the connections, and then just having that little spout down. I did prime the underneath of this elbow, and I'm thinking that I might put some type of pipe right there, maybe some type of attachment, a hose or something that I can bend or whatever. But the whole idea behind this is you have these containers or a 5-gallon bucket, depending on what the customer wants to use. Basically, maybe I'll build like a little cart or something, or like a bin that's basically put your jug underneath, you fill it up. And I'm going to have 2 of these. I'm going to have the one with RO water and then one with salt water. I think I've pushed it off a little too. It was just something I wasn't thinking about, was the type of salt water that I want to sell. And the most readily available salt is going to be Instant Ocean Reef crystals, which I think I'm going to start off with, but eventually I might make the move to something else, depending on prices and all that, because from what I've seen on the dealer side of it is Instant Ocean actually has the highest cost to me, and then you have, I think it has MAP pricing too, so you have to sell it for what they want you to sell it for. So, which it is what it is. There's a lot of that in this industry, but yeah, pretty happy with the way that came out. I'm going to give this about 2 hours to cure, and then I'm going to start loading this guy up, and if I am daring enough, I will leave it running overnight and see if it will fill up. I like the fact that you have the ability to just turn that and the water is going to start coming out, and then you can cinch it down and it closes off. Pretty simple. I actually didn't buy these for the water storage tanks. I bought them for the frag tanks, but I think I ordered 2 extra, and that just happened to work out that I'm going to be able to use them for the water storage system. I'm going to do 2 tanks like this and set them up exactly the same. Alright, so still no commercial rack system. I'm kind of bummed out about that. That'd have been awesome if I could have got that today. It'd been even better if I could have started putting it together and even putting in an order of fish by the end of the week. That'd have been absolutely amazing. But the next best thing, we did some work on the water storage tank. I do need to buy a very large crescent before I go and start throwing some water in there, just so I can tighten that bulkhead up. I'm going to run to Home Depot, see if I can find the bolts for the light, something that could stand in its place as far as what actually screws into the light. I'd be willing to bet that's pretty much a specialty item, so if I can't find that or something that I could use for that there, I'm gonna have to run home and see if I can locate them, bring them in tomorrow, get that going. But I am very, very excited that I'm going to be getting some freshwater fish in here tomorrow. It's kind of crazy. I'm setting up a saltwater aquarium / coral store, and the very first thing ready to go is the freshwater tanks, and tomorrow, if everything goes well, we'll have fish in the store, in my saltwater aquarium store. That's about right. All right, guys, I want to thank you for joining me today. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this one, hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow right here with a brand new video. What's up, guys? Jeff here. Almost pushed the lens release. That'd have been awesome.